Sometimes your stock is just higher.
I'm telling you, that's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
That's probably one of the worst things I've ever heard. Let's move on.
Just like that. All right, we live, boys.
What up?
What is happening? Welcome to another episode of From the Corner.
I can't wait. Lots to talk about.
Lots happened.
Lots happened. We're having an enthusiastic Monday, are we not?
Oh yeah, frothing for days.
I'm quickly just pulling up Eddie Bravo's Insta for later.
Okay.
Take us through the prelims there,
Okay, well, geez, if we're going to go straight into it,
It's Monday.
yeah, actually, let's start with Jay, because Jay even pointed out a certain fight on the prelim card that was quite an exciting one that ended quite suddenly. So you take it away, brother.
So it was the opening fight. I can't say his name. It's Timo, Timo versus Trevin Jones, and Timo just flipping opened up the whole fire for like a whole round, just pulling out moves I've never seen before, just killing.
Yeah, and he dropped him with a teep kick.
Dropped him so hard, yeah. And then second round, Trevin just came back and just somehow gave him, I think it was a left hand, and dropped him.
Boom.
And just ground and pounded. It came out of nowhere.
Yeah, his name is Timur Valiev. Yeah, it was a good fight. This guy came out like a trained killer, and then dropped Trevin Jones. Trevin Jones survived, and that ref let that go for quite some time.
I was also quite surprised.
Like I thought it was Chris Tione, the ref, and I was quite surprised how long he let it go, considering a lot of the recent decisions by referees to stop fights either early or too late, where this was actually a very good call because he survived and then he ended up winning the fight.
Yeah. I mean, Trevin he didn't stand still. Like, I mean, you could see he was broken, but he kept moving, kept trying to defend himself. So he got up, and I mean, he was in pain, but he lost it. So,
yeah,
bigs to him.
Yeah, 100%. It was a good fight, and he's made a good impression now because that guy was he coming in as a favorite?
No, I think he was the underdog. I think.
Okay, well, no, we can check that out.
I'm not sure.
Well, then another exciting fight was kind of weird. Carlton Minus versus Matthew Semmelsberger. What do they call him? Semi the Jedi. And it was quite an exciting fight, back and forth, went to decision. But I don't know. It felt like Carlton Minus. He was in it, but his best round was the third, and literally there was one scratch on Semmelsberger after the entire fight. It was a technical war between the two of them, but it didn't. They're not quite at that high level yet, but it was still quite exciting to watch. Even Carlton Minus in the after the first round, he's like, "Wow, he's really good. He's amazing. I like him." It was crazy.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then the
next fight was also.
Oh my word! Yeah, and this is a guy on his UFC debut, Jordan Wright, coming off in 10 first round finishes, I think it was. His record has now gone to 11-0. Started off with a spinning heel hook and dropped the guy. First kick was first strike thrown was a spinning heel hook, connected, dropped him, and then wow. The clinch, the tie clinch. Yeah. Ike Villanueva, he's been around a while, but he's got a record of 16-11. So he's had a tough time at the office, but Jordan Wright with that knee literally splitting his entire eyebrow and forehead open. It was disgusting.
Yes, it was just raining blood.
Yeah,
It was
doctor
hectic.
stoppage. I'll see if we can pull up an image of Ike's face after that knee. It was pretty gruesome.
But I mean, 3
Sorry.
knees in a go, and it was just that last one that just absolutely connected.
Yeah, what's that, Dan?
I'm trying to see Jordan Wright. Why does he have a no contest on his record? But I can't pull it up. I'm not
Interesting.
sure. So interesting, something there to maybe research.
Yeah.
And I see the first fight you guys spoke about, Timo Valiev, that was a catch weight that somebody misweighed.
No. You see, Dana White has explained this whole catchweight scenario to say that they do the catchweight vibe because of the short notice fights during the pandemic to make fights happen, because he believes that catchweight fights mean nothing.
Correct. They shouldn't, and I agree. They shouldn't mean anything in the grander scheme of the rankings. If you miss your weight at welterweight, you shouldn't move up the welterweight rankings, for example. But like I've said many times, if they can both make weight, they make the weight. So catchweight means somebody was struggling or it was very short notice.
But didn't Trevin also step into this like late notice as well? I'm sure I heard him say
Trevor
that.
Jones, so that's what it could have been that.
So I think he stepped in. It was like 6 days or something.
It
so
was,
he-
yes, it was a very short notice replacement bout, I think it
Yeah.
was.
Okay.
Yeah. How's that Tafel Lager, but is that not a sponsor?
No, I had to buy these with my own rands.
Oh no.
Yeah. But
I'm giving them airtime, so I want the sponsor next week.
yeah. Just to cap off the prelims, a very impressive performance by Amanda Lemos. She fought Mizuki Inoue. I think that's how you pronounce it. That was one of the most exciting female fights in a long time that I've seen. I know I said that the last time with that last bout between those two. Who was it? I can't remember. But anyway, this Amanda Lemos can strike. She is quick. She is accurate.
Last week was Felix Herrig versus Werner Jandarobia.
No. Felice.
Ashley Yoda.
No, that wasn't it. No, it was one of the fights before that. So, Amanda Lemos is amazing. She is so good. You must definitely write her down and look out for that name, because Mizuki would lunge in with one like overhand right. She would be met with a 4-piece combo. Boom, 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 all land. It was an incredible fight to watch. That went to unanimous decision. And that was the prelims. Nothing, no big names or anything like that, but some names to look out for.
Yeah, it was entertaining.
Yeah. Look out for Jordan Wright and Valiev and Jones. And Lemos.
And Amanda Lemos.
Lemos, yeah.
It says, I've just pulled up her record, and it says she came out of retirement when the UFC called her.
Oh, wow. Hectic.
She's 33.
She's so good. She was such a pleasure to watch.
Is she a boxer or a karate chick? Why is she?
She strikes me. She's more like a Muay Thai fighter. I don't know. I'm not sure. Definitely need to do some more research on her, because she was fantastic to watch.
Well, let's hope she doesn't go back into retirement.
Exactly.
That's what I was about to say. If she gets a win like that on a UFC card, I think she'll get another fight.
Yeah, definitely. Then nice main card. Some interesting decisions as well that we can touch on. First, Daniel Rodriguez versus Dwight Grant. These are two Contender Series alum. Daniel Rodriguez, first round TKO in the 2 minutes 24 seconds.
Yeah,
They literally came out swinging. It was literally round of the year.
it was insane.
It was insane. It came out because this was also another 24-hour notice fight or something like that. One of the other fighters fell out. Dwight Grant got the call that Rodriguez was stepping in. I think Rodriguez was in Vegas or something, and he came in and he got the TKO. Crazy.
Jeepers, yeah.
Yeah. Incredible fight. Very short, but good to watch.
I mean, that was the other one. That was the only other one I watched, and it was incredible.
Was
Yeah.
it? Well, then the next one, this girl was coming on with such hype. She was an O'Malley
Jeepers.
character. Everybody was talking about it. Even we were talking about it when we saw her last perform. Maria
Yeah.
Agapova fought
Jeez,
Shanna
she
Dobson.
came swinging from the rafters.
Yeah. Literal adrenaline dump. That's what
Yeah.
happened. She literally gassed herself out in the first round, just trying to take Shanna Dobson's head off. And Dobson went on, got the TKO in the second round. But she's got a 4-4 record now.
Yeah, cheapers.
Why does she strike you as an O'Malley character, or was she just talking a bunch of shit?
No, she was just exciting to watch. She's got that long
Yeah.
kind of body. She's got that swag about her. She's very punk rock, and she caught a lot of attention with her attitude and the way she is. But that was
And she
stopped
was
in
the
its
favorite
tracks.
for the fight as well.
Well, the thing is, Shanna Dobson was the largest the largest underdog on the card, and she actually made history by being the largest underdog to win ever, or something like that.
Yeah, I remember hearing that as well.
Yeah.
That's quite strange from the bookies, because Dobson's got more UFC experience, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but she's had terrible performances right throughout.
That's because of her last few fights. Okay.
Yeah. But so the hype train kind of derailed. I think she's young. I think what they need to do is they need to tell her that she doesn't need to blow a load in the first 5 minutes. Just trying to get that 23. She's super young.
Yeah.
She's got a long
Yeah.
ahead of her. She can keep going.
Yeah. And she's got the skills and the power and stuff. She just needs to be patient.
Yeah. Or just make sure that something lands, which you never know. So you take that risk of just.
I
blowing
think that's
that
what
lid.
that's
Yeah.
the mistake that she made, was that she wanted to get this like highlight finish.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
She thought of Sugar Sean, and she just blew it.
Yep.
Listen, she looks like Sugar Sean if you glimpse.
A
She's-
female version.
She's
of-
even got the chest tattoo and everything.
She's good looking. I don't know if she looks like Sugar Sean. I mean, she looks like, she's got a healthy. She looks healthy. That's what I'll say.
Good
Good
stuff.
save.
Yeah. All right, next on the card, Austin Hubbard versus Joe Selecki. This was my one that I was looking forward to the most. Because I'm
Is
a
this
big
the one that was the submission from the stand-up?
submission. Standing guillotine.
Yes. It was amazing.
It was actually it was a guillotine. It was a backpack turtle guillotine, whatever you call it, turtle shell guillotine, where they jump on the guy's back and while the dude's standing. Because a standing guillotine is when you've actually got the guy's neck and you're standing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so he was fully on his back. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a backpack kind of guillotine style. I don't know what they call it. Listen, Mr. Whitebelt, why don't you fill us in with that name of the submission?
Unfortunately, I didn't do my homework, guys. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It sounds like you're talking about a rear naked choke if he's on his back.
Yes, yeah, but it was a standing rear naked choke. There we. Oh man, I'm an idiot. I'm saying a freaking guillotine. It's a rear naked choke. My bad. Jeez, freaking less than white belt. Freaking podcasting right here. Yeah, no, but listen, it was an honest mistake. I know what the difference is. Then Austin Hubbard, I really enjoy him. He fights out of elevation with Curtis Blades and all those dudes. And he was the dude. Remember, he had that serious problem with his leg where they had to slice his leg open and drain all the fluid and whatnot from all the leg kicks.
Jeepers.
I remember Luke Rockhold's leg. Was it similar to that?
No. This is like his whole leg expanded. They actually have to slice his skin open to relieve the pressure. It was crazy. I'll see if at the end maybe we'll put it up if we can remember. But anyway, Joe Selecki made quick work. He literally was 3 minutes on his back, and 3 minutes 51 he got the submission. Amazing performance.
It was very skillful. It was amazing.
Yeah. You can take the next one, dude. Did you watch it?
Go for it, Jay.
I can't remember the submission, but it was Marcian Prasino, and then
Yeah,
Mike
Marcin
Rodriguez.
Prachinio. And then
Prachinio.
Mike Rodriguez. It wasn't a submission.
It was a KO.
I mean, a TKO in
Yeah.
the first round.
Yeah. It was
What
amazing.
was the TKO again? I
Well,
can't
he
even
was.
remember.
They were in the tie clinch, and he hit him with an elbow in the clinch.
Oh, yes.
Amazing. It was.
That was beautiful, yeah.
He made seriously light work, and Mike Rodriguez has got a smile that will capture the world. So he does, bro. He's just such a nice guy. He's got that smile. He's like, he looks like he's everybody's friend kind of thing. So I'm looking forward to seeing his next performance. And he's a killer. He's tall. He's long. He's got a personality, and for someone I haven't seen before, I've seen Prachnio. It's actually Prachnio. And then I've never seen Mike Rodriguez before. So and they were the co-main.
It was nice to see like a TKO in so early, but it would have also been nice to see them fight properly and actually see some more skills. See what they actually got.
Nothing like a quick night at the office, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, this is a co-main event, and he's a light heavyweight.
Mm-hmm.
And the top 15 at light heavyweight is now. Is it open for him? Is he that good?
No, he needs to work his way up a bit more, I think. He needs to take
I mean, that's also the thing. You can't really say. I mean, yes, maybe with a first round TKO, but I mean, you can't really say just from that.
Yeah, no, 100%. Look, it up to there, it was an absolutely fun card to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, I was entertained right throughout. I really enjoyed I actually watched the main card first, and then I watched the prelims after.
So did I, actually.
And then. Obviously, it's so cool to see Frankie the Answer, Edgar, get a win in a third division in his career. How cool is that, eh?
Yeah, that's Kev.
Yeah, he came up with the answer.
Yep, he definitely had all the answers because, Pedro Munhoz is he just goes forward. He walks forward, not scared to take shots. He opened up a nasty cut over his right eye, or his left eye. Because they were both of them were just landing right hands all night.
Jeez, but Frankie Edgar's combos were like every single time it was like 3 or 4 shots, and each one was hitting harder and harder. It was amazing.
That was an incredible fight, back and forth. You could hardly call the rounds. I would say the second round went to Edgar, and the rest I wasn't sure. I could be wrong on that because it was one of those fights where you don't even remember the rounds. There's so much stuff going on. I suppose, you guys go talk more about the fight, and then we'll talk about the situation we find ourselves in at bantamweight, because that's also very interesting. Yeah,
no, look, you can score it 3-2, possibly 4-1 for Frankie. I mean, you look at the numbers on the it was 23 apiece in the first round. So I mean, you could make that a 10-10 round even if you wanted to.
A draw would have been amazing.
Exactly. Well, no, it wouldn't have been for Frankie. He's had far too many of those. Think Graham Maynard and all that kind of stuff. Fuck, no ways.
But a draw would have been good because I also like Pedro Munhoz so much, and I wanted to see him.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think the whole fight was that close to be a draw. I say like maybe that first round, maybe. Then Pedro.
The first round you can give to Munhoz for octagon control as well, hey? So he got this. And then the rest, the difference in the fight was the few takedowns that Frankie got, as far as I was concerned.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Yeah,
but I mean, then also Pedro's leg kicks were absolutely annihilating Edgar.
Yeah, but he's got a good poker face, eh? How's he only end up with a limp after the fight? That's the kind of dog he is.
You can see him suffering in the ring, though. He was limping a little bit, but then he would still throw kicks and check all those leg kicks as well. So. He was fighting it. It was amazing.
I think that's also UFC experience.
Yeah.
A guy like Frankie Edgar knows that if he limps around, I am stealing this from I think the whole Arnie show.
Mm-hmm.
But if the judges see him limping around, he's going to possibly, when they're scoring that final round, just they see a more damaged Edgar. But if they see an Edgar walking up straight and putting on a good poker face, then he it doesn't sway their decision towards Munhoz.
Yeah.
No, 100%. It's also it's yeah. A lot of it is a play for the judges as well. But in order, you have to have such a mindset in order to do that. I mean, that does come with experience.
Yeah.
But it's good to see him win. You see, he's had some questionable. I mean, think about it. He's 23-8. Hey? He hasn't had that many losses.
Yeah, he's
But
24
just-
and 8. He's 24, 8 and 1 now.
Yeah, who
What's
was
his
his last
ranking,
loss to? It
Benson?
wasn't. He fought Brian Ortega, got knocked out. It was his first finish of his career.
Yeah, then he beat Cub Swanson at featherweight.
Yeah.
Then he fought for the title. Max Holloway defeated him.
Yes.
Decision.
Yes.
Then Korean Zombie beat him with a TKO.
Mm.
That's when he decided he was going to go down to 135.
Yes.
But I think just to talk about, we'll come back to Frankie because he won that fight, and I think he can now go up the rankings. But Munhoz,
Was sitting at 5.
yeah, well, exactly. He's sitting at 5. So I think Frankie comes in at about 5 now.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
he's not even ranked,
Only
eh?
fair. If you beat number 5, you should go to number 5. It doesn't always work like that, but I think it's only fair, and I think the UFC will promote Frankie because he's such a superstar.
Yeah.
I mean, in all of the hearts and minds of the fans, I mean, Frankie's just a guy you really want to see do well, and you know him so well because he was the lightweight champ and he was a featherweight contender.
Yeah.
It looks like he just. It looks like I mean, he's a big boy for a 135er, but it looks like he was okay. Must have been a hard weight cut, but he's a professional and he did
Yeah.
it, and he fought like a beast.
So this was his first fight in bantam.
Yeah, that was his bantamweight debut. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure,
he-
that's
he-
crazy, eh? Because, I
Yeah.
mean, if you just look at the first 10, it's crazy. Mirage, Sterling, Garbrandt, Sandhagen, Munhoz, Aldo, Jimmy Rivera, Asansal, Rob Font, Dominic Cruz, Cody Stammen, Devashvili, Song Yadong, Marlon Vera, and John Dodson.
Well, that's the thing we've been saying for weeks. This division is stacked.
It is.
I mean, when normally it's the lightweight and the welterweight divisions that we are looking at. You know, featherweight's up there as well. But now with featherweight being a little bit up in the air, you know, the fights that Holloway has been having. Well, the two fights. Sorry, I'm forgetting his name. The champion, Alexander Volkanovski.
Yeah.
Those two fights that Holloway had with him, it's just that division's kind of held up now, and bantamweight's really delivering. So yeah, with Pedro Munhoz, he lost against Sterling, and now he's lost against Edgar. I wouldn't mind seeing a Pedro Munhoz versus a Corey Sandhagen.
Yeah, both coming off a loss. It makes sense. It makes sense. Well, because, I mean, they're literally
They rank
on
like
top
this.
of each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there won't be any more, but that'll be a way for Munhoz to work his way back up again. It's the same as Sandhagen. Because the rankings are going to change tomorrow.
The rankings change tomorrow, which, you know, for our diehard listeners, which is usually why we do the show on Tuesdays, but Mondays is closer to the fights as well. But,
Yeah.
Cody Garbrandt, I heard rumors, even though Cody Garbrandt's got a nice win and a performance of the night against Rafael Ansusau.
He's going to go down to
think so.
flyweight and fight bloody Davison.
I heard rumors that he's got a title shot at 125,
Yeah.
which I'm not too happy about. I would have liked to see him. Oh, he might be thinking to himself in the back of his head, Davison Figueiredo is quite beatable, and he might be thinking champ stuff.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what he's thinking. But also, there's, if you think about it, there's Benavidez, number 1, Moreno, who's brilliant, Askarov, no freaking slouch, Perez, Pantoja, Amazia, Jussieu Formega, Kai Kara France, just that first 7. Cody has the skills to beat them all.
Yeah.
I would say so, yes. Can he
Yeah.
make 125?
Yeah.
Amazing.
I would say, I mean, he's not the biggest bantamweight. He's long, but he's not that. Huh?
He's got I mean, he is, it depends. I mean, every fighter's got different muscle mass, so you never know how much they actually weigh and what they walk around at. But
Well-
Cody's looks like he's got shoulders and arms, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
biceps.
Well, the one thing that we got to take into consideration is how will his chin hold up. because he's already been knocked out 3 times at bantamweight. Imagine he goes down, you cut all that weight, deplete yourself, and your chin is weakened.
Really?
Davison's got that power that'll put you straight to sleep.
That's the problem. Anyway, he maybe thinks, and see that this is actually why I would have liked to see him stay at bantamweight. Davison's just knocked out Jody Benavidez twice, and he has lightning quick hands and power, and he cuts a lot of weight himself to get down to 125.
Yeah.
We all know Figueiredo should be a bantamweight, but anyway, I'll give it to him that he can make the weight, and that's all that really counts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with those last 2 knockouts, I don't want to see Cody Garbrandt get hit like that. Also, it's a risk because I think he's taking a risk either way because he's got the win against Asun Sao. Why that justifies a title shot at 25, I'm not sure. But you know, Dana White, Sean Shelby, they don't listen to us all the time, but I'm happy to see the fight. But he probably thinks to himself, you know, this is a shot at UFC gold. If I stuck around in the bantamweight division, I've got to overcome some killers. Like he probably has to first beat a Moraes or a Sterling before he gets a shot at Pereyan. Although I would like to see that. So he's probably thinking, okay, cool. If I beat Figueiredo, I come back up and I go for champ. And then that's, you know, write his name in the history books because there's only 5 other guys that's ever done champ.
Yeah. It's all possibility, but they've all got to be in the right place at the right time and have the right results come their way.
Yep.
I think it comes down to whether he makes the weight easily or, you know, without losing too much of his chin, as you said.
Yeah, 100%. It's the bantamweight division right now is murder's row. It's amazing.
And you can throw Frankie Edgar into that.
You literally can put him anywhere, but I think Frankie's going to play it smart. He doesn't always do that. Remember, he gave up his title shot to go and fight bloody Ortega and got knocked out.
Yeah. So I was going to say, why don't you guys have a little gander? What do you think's next for Frankie Edgar? I've got a name in my mind.
Okay, well, let me see. Frankie, good old Frankie.
So if he comes in, he would.
Yeah, so do I. I've got Jose Aldo on my mind.
Okay, I've got Dominic Cruz on my mind. I think that would be a fun fight.
Aldo's higher up in the rankings than Cruz is. It's just that would be the more attractive. It's to say he's as big of a name, and Jose Aldo is actually coming off a win.
Pedro. Yeah.
So Aldo would be the person to fight as far as I was concerned.
Yeah, no, I tend to agree. I think both fights would absolutely.
Frankie Edgar versus Jose Aldo. Are you joking? Oh my god, that's such a killer fight.
Yeah, it is. Dominic Cruz versus anyone.
Yeah. No, Cruz for sure, but Cruz, he's coming off a quite a devastating L. He needs to fight. Has he ever fought Jimmy Rivera?
That could be interesting. I'll pull up his record now. I see Frankie Edgar and Jose Aldo have fought twice already at featherweight. And
yes, they have. And Frankie's lost both of them, isn't he?
Frankie lost both of those ones. So.
Okay, scrap that. I didn't know that. That was so long ago.
Yeah, but then it could be a good fight again then.
Yeah, I could do the rubber match, but there is no rubber match because he's lost twice.
Lost twice. The thing is, we forgot about that. It's just I had it in the back of my mind.
No, but it's also bantamweight division, different division.
But was that? I was going to say that was a different division.
It is, but when they rehydrate, they're going to go back to the same sort of size that they're meant to come in at.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who's
going to say?
Carry on.
The guys weigh in about 24 hours, 36 hours before they even fight.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe that would be something attractive for. I can't see it as being attractive, but maybe it is something that will be attractive to Frankie. Try and get one back.
Possibly, and he looked good. And also, Jose Aldo, I mean, he's looked okay at bantamweight. He's not done badly. Not done that well. I mean. But
maybe they go best of 5, first in his UFC history.
Or maybe the Cali kid comes out and Uriah Faber graces us with his presence once more. comes back out of retirement, whoops ass, takes the belt, goes back, sails off into the sunset. Sorry guys, I'm dreaming.
No, just but you know, the Kelly kid is busy man. He's at the Apex like literally every weekend.
What's he doing there?
He's cornering fighters. He's busy. He's got a lot of fighters on the roster at the moment. It's crazy.
Is he still with
Team Alpha Male. He owns it.
Team Alpha Male. Okay.
Yeah, and he's trifecta meals.
Okay, so he's a dietitian
Yeah.
as well now.
Well, he's an entrepreneur, son.
Yeah, well, if you're not fighting and earning money all the
Yeah.
time, you need to find other ways of making money. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But let's move this along. Some big fights coming up.
Got a nice
Or are we
name
not
on
done?
it.
Are we not done
Anthony
with the
Smith.
bantamweight division yet?
I think we're done. I think we could talk about the bantamweight division for ages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering who's next for Petr
Aljo's got the next shot.
Jose Aldo.
Yeah, Aljamain Sterling.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I would agree to that.
That
Now,
hasn't been
Jose
set
Aldo-
yet, though.
No, but Dana said it now that fight's in the works.
Yeah. Sorry, I'll correct myself. I said Jose Aldo hasn't looked too bad at bantamweight.
Uh,
He looked okay against Moraes, and then he got a loss against the champ. So
yeah, but a lot of people said he beat Moraes. Just the judges didn't. They basically everybody
often
says the
happens.
judges got that wrong, but a loss is a loss. It's on the record. Boom.
also he came off a loss and fought for a title. So
Yeah, no, sure. I mean, they gave him the benefit of the doubt, you see, and that's sometimes the cool thing about the UFC. If they disagree with the decision, it's not up to the judges
still
to
give it to them,
decide
yeah.
what happens next for the fighter.
yeah,
Totally.
their career is not in their hands; it's in the company's hands.
100%. Yeah.
Well, should we move on?
Woohoo! Okay, you're gonna you take this segment, Mr. Danny Boy.
White belt.
Yeah, Mr. White Belt. Well, I pulled it up and then I closed it. Who's fighting?
Well, I see that it's starting off with our two
Izzy
main
Costa?
people that, yeah.
No, we've got fights before that, guys.
Okay.
What about,
We got
are
Smith,
you-
we got Lionheart Smith fighting Alexander Rakic.
Yeah.
And we got a
I
co-main
thought you said
of-
fights before that.
We've got fights before.
Oh no, I was talking about some announcements before we preview, but that's cool. We can do that afterwards. Yeah, let's look at that.
We do have some announcements. We've got the Lioness coming back, but we'll cover that next week.
Okay. No, that's cool.
We've got Lionheart, Anthony Smith fighting Alexander Rakic.
That's it.
That's
Basically,
brutal.
don't know that much about this fight, but all I know is that I'm going to watch it. It sounds exciting, and every time Anthony Smith fights, I always religiously watch because he's a beast. Since his fight against John Jones, where he cowered in the corner like a baby. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Say that to his face, bro.
Yes, bro.
I would never say that to the Lion's face, the Lionheart's face. But no, I think I was disappointed in his fight against John Jones because John Jones is so damn good that, and I mean Anthony Smith, he's all of our unofficial favorite fighter.
Yeah.
But John Jones was the champ at the time, and he's so damn good that I think what you want from your favorite fighter when he fights John Jones is just to go in there and throw bombs, and if he connects, he wins. If he so inevitably you're probably going to lose against John Jones, so just give it your best shot. And I didn't feel like I got that from Anthony Smith. But who the fuck am I, the white belt, to talk to Anthony Smith about how to fight? Do you know what I'm saying? So
Well, he had a great first round against Glover Teixeira, and then it all fell apart, and he ended up in that same position again.
So it fell apart. So I was going to get to that. So from Jones, he got pissed off. He got angry. He got back in there. He beat up Gustafsson, which is a top contender in his division. He fights at that stage was at light heavyweight. But his last fight versus Teixeira, he got clipped with some sort of uppercut where his orbital was broken in the first round and he couldn't see properly.
Yeah.
So he said he could see only jabs, but he couldn't see any hooks, anything that was looping or curling. He just couldn't see it. And Teixeira, I mean, he doesn't throw that many jabs. So Smith, it's an unlucky one. He got an injury. I expected Anthony Smith to be fired up for this one. And Alexander Rakic has been talking a bit of nonsense as well.
Mm.
So I think Anthony Smith wants to kick some ass.
But Rakic is just power, hey? How's that head kick knockout at Jimmy Manawa?
Yeah.
Then his last win, who was it? Who did he slept someone? I can't remember. Irvin Stenprue, maybe? Can't remember who it was. Let's see. Rakic.
Pull that up.
Yeah, Alexander Rakic. Let's see. He's in, because geez, the boy can. Oh, he lost to. It was a. I know. I remember this. This was a very controversial decision, but he lost a split to Volkan Oezdemir.
Well, before that, he beat Jimmy Manoa in 42 seconds with the head kick.
Yeah, and then he beat Devin Clark just before that in the first round as well. Okay, so I mean, all right, so it's not. No, this is more of a better matchup for Smith than I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, how this guy Rakic is 28,
Yeah,
and he's been fighting since 2011. So he made his debut when he was 21. Okay,
sure.
sounds about right.
Yeah, I mean, unless Rakic comes a completely with refined skills from the last fight. I mean, that Manoa fight was insane.
Yeah, look, I think so what is Rakic now? He's 28 now.
Yeah,
I think when you're that age, you like you're getting better every fight, whereas a guy like Anthony Smith is at the top level already, and John Jones has vacated the belt. So in the back of Anthony Smith's mind, he's probably thinking, if I get 2 or 3 wins, I get a title shot. I can have UFC gold around my waist.
yeah, for sure.
How old Smith now? He's 30 something, eh?
Yeah,
I'll
jeez, he's
pull it
been
up.
fighting
He's-
for a minute, eh?
He's
Yeah,
30,
'cause I mean-
he's only 32 for a
Jeepers.
guy that's record is 33 and 15.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, no, but he's Anthony Smith. It's ever since he moved up to light heavyweight is where he shined.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, he said, I mean, Thiago Santos was a middleweight fight. Then he goes Rashad Evans, Shogun, Volkan, loses to Jones, beats Gustafsson, loses to Teixeira. But he's also known to go on like four fight like wins, loss skids. Like he did a 3-fight skid, whereas record was 18-11 after he lost to Josh Neer in 2013. But that's also come maybe starting as a pro, too young, all that kind of stuff.
I think he was also sucking a lot of weight out of his body when he was fighting at middleweight. That's
Yeah.
why he moved up.
Yeah, for sure.
Now his weight cuts aren't too bad. He gets to light heavyweight quite easy. Other than that, guess who's back?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
Was that
Robbie Lawler's
the
back.
Ion? What's his name?
Ian Kutalaba.
Yeah. So
No,
clearly
but are
doesn't
you
have
no,
COVID anymore.
but I think Danny's going down the card.
Oh,
so
sorry.
are you
so
saying
sorry,
Robbie
I'm
Lawler's
jumping the
back?
gun here.
No, so we can talk about Kutalaba in a minute, but Robbie Lawler versus Neil Magny. That's an incredible fight.
That is gonna be a barn burner.
That's one for the ages, and both of them are very experienced. Both of them are incredible fighters. Robbie is still pissed off that Ben Askren gave him a schoolyard
Bulldog choke.
Yeah.
bulldog choke. And I just want to pull up Robbie's record and see what he's been doing in the last few fights. Jeez, Robbie's 38, but he still looks like a Roman god.
And he still sounds like a bro.
See, he is like the most likable character in the UFC, most probably, I think, Robbie.
Phew.
In his last 5 fights, he's got only 1 win, 4 losses. He lost against the champ Tyron Woodley at the time, he lost against Tyron Woodley and lost the belt. Then he beat Donald Cerrone on a decision, and then he lost against Rafael dos Anjos, lost against Ben Askren with the bulldog choke, and then lost against Colby Chaos Covington, who we
Yeah.
haven't heard from in a while. Colby's not talking too much shit lately.
Well, he's
What
matched up
about
with
his no contest?
T Wood, bro.
Tyquil Woodley.
He's matched up with T Wood. That's gonna be political.
Yeah. That's
I'm excited.
What's Robbie's no contest for? Do you know?
I think it might have been an illegal something of sorts.
In 2008, he got a no contest against Scott Smith for an accidental eye poke. So yeah, Robbie poked Smith by mistake, who was unable to continue. But this wasn't even in the UFC. This was before he fought in the UFC.
I'm
Yeah.
seeing a lot of O's bringing up this eye poking thing because it seems to be happening a lot more, and they're just calling for these new gloves to come in. What they say, what's a Bellator that they're using the gloves that you can't actually open up your hand.
Well, they just curve, so you so you can't like extend your fingers too much. Trevor Whitman is designing gloves. He's getting patented and stuff that he's encouraging to use at the UFC. It's Justin Gaethje's coach. But
So I saw a lot
Onyx.
of talk about it today. So
yeah, eye poking is a major issue, but I mean, how it's going to affect the jiu-jitsu and the wrestling and all that kind of stuff if they take. It's just one of those. It's one of the dark parts of the sport, unfortunately.
Yeah. I would like to. I mean, there must be a way. So. I mean, here I'm speaking completely out of ignorance, but and maybe there's a. What do you call industrial design type person? Maybe there's a person that has an answer for this, but you can't have a glove where you can't extend your hand up, because a large part of blocking, okay, you can block like that and you can block in the routine way of putting your hands up, but a large part of reading your opponent's strikes coming at you and just messing with them is to put your hand out with your fingers up. And so, like the way Daniel Cormier fights, unfortunately he gets a lot of eye pokes. Which does affect the outcomes of fights, and you don't want that in a championship fight. But there must be a way where you can have a tiny little piece of rubber that just goes over the nail. Look, you don't need your nails in fights. You don't need your nails, but the reason you can't cut your nail very short is because it hurts. If your nail's too short, then it's much more sensitive and the skin around it hurts. There must be a little piece of rubber that can just go over the end of the finger and sit tight on it snugly.
I mean, I think that would be cool. But at the end of the day,
I was thinking about it the other day. If you do poke someone in the eye, it hurts, but the only thing that happens is the
Blood,
rubber sort of scratches the eye and not the nail, because I think that's what makes it so painful.
Yeah, I mean, it's an ongoing thing, so we'll see what happens. I mean, that sounds. I can just see those things coming off in grips and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's a good idea. Anything from getting these bloody torn corneas, because that's what DC's got. He's got a torn cornea.
it's hectic, yeah.
And Ben
I mean, that was a monster eye poke. It had ripples. When you saw it go and you just saw the skin fold on top of each other.
Yeah, half his finger disappeared.
Yeah, it was horrible. Moving on.
I must say, we want DC back on the whole whiny show, because Ben Askren's just not as cool.
Yeah, I like Ben
agree.
Askren. I think he's cool, but he was, he wasn't Askren for it. So I'm looking forward to Robbie Lawler versus Neil Magny. It's a really, really awesome fight to look forward to. Sure, the co-main and mains, they're really stacking them high up. These cards what they're doing with these fight nights, strong co-main, strongish. This is a very strong co-main, but usually it's been, big main event, and then the rest are like contender series and LUM and stuff like that. So it's cool to see Robbie Lawler and Neil Magny back in action.
What's happening with the island? Was it
They're
just
gonna
for
go
a short
back.
period while so
Yeah.
it's still there, because I know the Apex only just got finished properly recently, or they redid it. So I don't know if they just were doing the island so that the Apex could get ready, or.
No, I think the island, yes, that is correct. But the island also, for as far as I understand, Fight Island is for fighters who don't train in the United States. They train in Asia, Europe.
Yeah, it's for the international fighters. Yeah,
Okay.
Brazil,
but it's mainly so it's a central location for everybody to meet, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed the whole Fight Island broadcasts and stuff. So I look forward to another stint of those. But Dana White has 100% confirmed that they are going back there without shadow of a doubt. Yeah, it's Island.
Sick.
Yeah. And then, Yi Yeon Kim versus Alexa Grasso. I don't know so much about Kim. I know Grasso, she's coming off a loss, I think.
Well, yeah,
Wasn't that recent?
I don't know anything about Kim, but Grasso has fought Tatiana Suarez, Karolina
Kowalkiewicz,
and Carla Esparza. She's coming off, in her last 4 fights, she's beaten Randa Marcos. She lost against Tatiana Suarez. She beat Karolina, and then she lost against Carla Esparza.
Okay, yeah, so she's coming off a loss.
And she ranks at number 14 in the division, strawweight division. So she's a good fighter.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one to watch. I like her fighting style and stuff. Be interesting to see what Kim's got to offer. That'll be cool. Always cool to see new faces. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know anything about this Yeon Kim. I don't even know if it's her debut. It might be. But then, one we've all been looking forward to that's just freaking been cancelled. It got cancelled the last bout because of COVID. One of them tested positive.
Happens, eh?
Yeah. Magomed Ankalaev versus Ian the Hulk Kutalaba. That is going to be incredible.
Just keep your head still.
Sorry, Jay, go again.
I said keep your head still.
Yeah, don't act dizzy.
Yeah, but can I just say, I love the way the UFC, they put the fight back on because they were unhappy with the stoppage.
Mm-hmm.
Then the guy gets COVID and they put the fight back on. They're like, fighting. We want to see the result of this fight. And these guys aren't, I mean, I'm not sure I don't even think they are ranked. Yeah, they're not ranked. But the UFC wants to see this beef play out, and I love it.
Yeah, for sure. It's gonna be great because I mean that first 30 seconds of that round was just like what?
Yeah.
I didn't even think it lasted 30 seconds. It was insane. As it almost happened in like slow motion.
Jeez, it's so weird.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to that. That is the fight besides Smith versus Rakic, that is the fight I'm most looking forward to. Even over Magny versus Lawler, because that Magny versus Lawler, I reckon, is going to be a hard-fought decision. I don't think anybody's getting finished there.
I think I'm gonna go with some predictions.
You're gonna go for Robbie for a TKO.
Yes.
You don't know how good Neil Magny really is.
I do. I know how good he is. He's
okay.
Good. And I think you've got it's a good prediction to go for a decision because they kind of cancel each other out in a strange way.
Very much so.
And I think Anthony Smith gets it done, and I think Robbie Lawler gets it done.
Okay.
I can't wait for Kutalaba. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to that one as well. I'm not even going to predict it, but it's going to be a first round knockout.
Yeah, because Uncle Live got the first one, and then Kutalaba.
COVID got the second one.
Yeah, COVID got the second one. So who's got the rubber match? But just quickly before we go on to what's coming up, some names that you guys need to check out for me this weekend. Opening up the card, Christian Aguilera, not Christina Aguilera, Christian Aguilera. Watch this guy. He's fighting a guy named Sean Brady who's got 12-0. So somebody might go this weekend. This Christian Aguilera is a killer. I watched his last fight. It was insane. So definitely keep an eye on him.
Okay, that's a good one to note.
Yeah, Poliana Viana versus Emily Whitmire. That's always Emily Whitmire comes with a bit of fire.
One thing I know about Poliana is that she was someone tried to rob her and she kicked his ass. And Dana White was especially impressed because, well, you should never fight a robber. You should give over your stuff. Your life isn't worth it. You never know if they have a knife or a gun.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a white belt, hey, Dan?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, in a situation where you're being robbed, you'd probably rather be a white belt than a black belt.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. You don't want to fight someone with a gun. But Pollyanna did, and she kicked his ass, and she got her stuff back, and she said, she beat him up a bit more, got him arrested, and then put it on Instagram. So
yeah, the oak was bloodied up. It was hilarious.
I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah. So the next fight, Alex Caceres versus Giga Chikadze. That's going to be a fun fight. it's always fun seeing Bruce Leroy in the octagon. Are you intoxicated? The octagon.
I just love Alex's hair.
Yeah, it's the best.
They'll never cut that stuff.
And then, so that's going to be a fun one. I think you guys should check that one out. Then Zach Cummings versus Alessio Ciciricio. Obviously an Italiano. Zach Cummings is always fun to watch. Check that fight out. I don't know who this Alessio guy is. He's got a good record, 12-4, so it's going to be a fun one to watch. Mallory Martin versus Hannah Cyphers. Hannah Cyphers coming off 2 losses, so maybe she can get one back. I don't know who I think I've seen Mallory Martin before. But then again, guys, this fight, the featured prelim, is a middleweight bout between 2 guys that's just come off the Contender Series. Impa Kasanganai fought last week on the Dana White Contender Series.
Oh, cool.
And he's fighting Maki Putolo, who fought 2 weeks ago on the Contender Series.
So another O may be taken, eh?
Now, somebody's O might go, but I don't. Maki Putolo is a very tough guy, but this Impa Kasanganai, he's got those genes, bro.
Yeah, you can see he looks like a...
He's a beast. He's a beast. But yeah, that's it for the prelim
nice
card, guys.
prelim.
I'm excited. Yeah, it's a nice stack prelim. I'm looking forward to it.
Ooh, yeah, no, I'm looking forward to... Actually, I want to watch Kasanganai now.
Yeah, for sure.
He's got the genetics of a 21-year-old Robbie Lawler.
Just
Yeah.
add it to that list of everyone else that you need to watch as well, eh?
Yeah.
Right over there.
All right, so we're going to hit some social media burns to top this episode off.
Let's do it.
Brought to you by Scallywag.
Oh, yes, brought to you by Scallywag Chili for when you require the burn. So, this is a fan burning Mike Perry. Shame. Mike Perry's had enough. Okay, let's see what happens here.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you might have to scroll down to the top comment unless you're...
Okay, I was the first man in history to have his only pregnant girlfriend in the corner for his fight. What's the record for how many burgers you flipped in an hour at your bum ass job, you hating ass chumps? And then what does he say?
The fan says, well done. Who's the father?
Oh yes, what? Oh man, that's so hilarious. What? Oh shit.
Yeah, so no, it's fine. What probably has happened since the time when we saw it,
It has. Yeah, it was a screen grab that we saw. Huh?
there's been a lot more comments and a lot more. Twitter also ranks it by sort of relevancy and time.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think I did see that. That's hilarious. Oh, Mike Perry. Who's the father? Yeah, well done. Who's the father? Okay, then Henry Cejudo burns Sean O'Malley. Let's see what happens here. Yo, Cejudo is going hard in the paint, eh?
Cheapers.
Yeah. Well, I think what he made him a little belt for being a keyboard warrior.
Oh, wow. Hey, keyboard warrior, here's your part. Try not to roll your ankle while typing. Yeah, that's amazing burnage by the Triple C.
And it's a UFC World Champion keyboard warrior belt.
Oh, my hat. That is amazing. That is amazing.
That may be the best one of the day.
Yeah, that could be very well be the best of the day. That is insanely funny. All right, then next burn. Next burn is the GOAT of all time. Is this the GOAT? The Russian Hammer.
The Russian Hammer, the GOAT of all time, John Jones. So what happened was John.
You know that a GOAT of all time would be called a GOATat, right?
Yes, the greatest of all time. So John Jones said, I always hear about this guy, don't really get the joke. Is he some killer?
And then yes, Johnsy, this guy is your hardest fight after USADA. Go Artem Lobov. What a legend.
Not only did the GOAT of all time burn John, he said he would kick his ass, and he burned him for doing steroids at the same time.
I know, that is hilarious.
Yeah.
That is hilarious. I wonder what old Artem is doing these days.
I can check quickly. He did some bare knuckle stuff.
Okay.
He's probably got a fight coming up. While you pull up the next one, I'll have
Okay, sure. This next one is Ben Askren
just say it in it. You have to say it
burning
in
Sean O'Malley again. Sean O'Malley's just got the brunt of it
Got the
lately.
heat
Hey?
coming, eh?
I was fine riding up to the fight. My ankle straps were too tight.
So
Which
he
excuse
just
is
said-
your favorite of Sean's?
Yeah.
D-Rod is a
Apparently-
dog welder.
Yeah,
That's
Sean
hilarious.
came up with quite a few excuses as to why he rolled his ankle in his last fight, and yeah, man, he's just not having an easy time. But you know what happens when you play with fire and you burn everyone else? They're gonna burn you back when you lose.
Oh, how's
Yep.
this? His foot was asleep. His ankle brace was too tight. He smashed his foot. It was like the old injury. It is, in fact, the old injury. That's
was that from?
Some dude, his handle is Vane. Valentino
Oh, okay.
Mackie. Brilliant. Well done, dude. That was hilarious.
That was better than Ashken's one, though.
Yeah. And then in other news, got Rachel Ostovich bringing the heat. This is a special submission by Danny Boy himself.
No, we've got to report the news objectively.
Yeah, there we go.
This
There's
is,
Rachel Ostovich bringing the heat.
Read Rachel's caption. She brought the heat.
About to say goodbye to this out of fight camp body. Lol, can't call in thick for this stuff. Oh my word. Lol here.
But
Ready for
she
war.
says she's about to say goodbye to her out of fight camp buddy.
Yeah.
Can't call in thick with 3 Ks. For
Thick girl
Yeah.
bicycle club.
So anyway, yeah, she's looking healthy in her bikini. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Dan doesn't want to speak about her weight.
Yeah.
She cuts a lot of weight, I think, and you know what? She is looking good.
She's looking thick for sure.
Yeah, just quickly before we go to the last one,
Uh-huh.
Artem Lobov, he faced Jason Knight in a rematch in Bare Knuckle FC 9. Knight won by knockout in the 5th and final round. So, yeah.
Coming off a loss.
The GOAT of all time he's fought 3 times in Bare Knuckle. He beat Jason Knight. He
Then
beat
lost to
Paulie
Paulie. Oh, he
Malignaggi.
beat Paulie, yeah.
Beat Paulie and in a decision where we could have gone either way, and then unfortunately lost against Jason Knight in that rubber match. So, in that rematch. So let's maybe have a rubber match. Come on, go.
God, they can't do that to themselves again. Shit. That first one was
Nice.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
And then our final little piece of news. We got some massive news next week. We'll talk about Colby Covington. We'll talk about the Lioness. We'll talk about politics when it comes to Tequil Woodley versus
Tequil?
Tico.
I think. Well, sorry, Tyquil.
Tyquil?
But just for the last little submission of the night, literally, it's a submission from Eddie Bravo 10 Planets page.
All right, let's see. Name the submission.
Yeah. Guys, if you've eaten dinner, you can watch. If you haven't, look away now.
No, you're kidding. Is this... No, okay.
Yeah, so play it, but what he does is he gets...
Yes, take a look at this, Peter. Talk us through it.
He takes the cage, rolls off the cage, pulls down on that choke. It is so tight, and he tries to get his hips as far back as possible.
Yes, take a look at this, Peter. Talk us through it.
He takes the cage,
Oh, my
rolls off
word.
the cage, pulls down on
Oh,
that choke.
my
It is
word,
so
what's he trying
tight,
to
and
do?
he tries
Pull
to get
his
his hips
freaking
as
head
far
off his
back as
socket.
possible.
Yes, take a look at this,
Jeez,
Peter.
wait,
Talk
just hold
us
on,
through
sorry.
it.
That is insane.
Yeah.
What kind of sub do you call that? You call that a rear freaking...
Rip your head off.
No, I think it's called the... it's a new sub. I haven't seen that one, and I've watched a lot of
It's
jiu-jitsu and
brutal.
MMA. Somebody called it the chiropractor.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that respawn your line like a mother, bruh.
Yeah.
Woo.
Anyway, yeah, that was the chiropractor. Hope you guys-
Jeez. That's like the spine popper.
He looked okay. He tapped and he got out of there. So I think he's
Yeah, but imagine that much force under your chin and a whole body being used. So he's pulling your neck backwards and he's putting his entire body. That's so dangerous, dude, actually.
Well, the guy. That's what the tap is for. So if you feel like a bit of
That's what the tap's for.
Well, I agree. I mean,
like twisters, and those type of submissions, they're not safe. They
Yeah.
are dangerous. But
Okay.
I mean, that's why, especially when I think the guy putting the sub on is going as hard as he can because he
Yeah.
wants to win. He doesn't care about your feelings and your spine.
Yeah, he's looking to kill you.
He had him at an awkward angle. The guy's bum was on the floor, meaning, just the way that neck was being cranked was
Yo.
very dodgy.
Madness, dude.
But,
Madness.
I mean, these guys are tougher than we think. Like they train, they roll, they're getting subs put onto them in all types of weird angles every single week in the gym to see that if they can get out of it. So jiu-jitsu makes very tough cookies of young men. So
For sure.
I think he's okay.
Well, it was the first time I seen it. Can you give me a break? Like I was like, it's dangerous. Okay, now I'm like, okay, now I feel like a big pussy.
No, I'm giving you a break.
Okay, thank you. Because I mean, it does look kind of dangerous.
No, that's why we pulled it up. It's disgusting, but now the listeners can go and have their spaghetti.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the dislocated elbow on the Contender Series?
No.
Hold on. Was it on the UFC's Instagram page?
It may have
I
been.
saw it.
Okay,
I
cool.
saw it, yeah.
Cool. Maybe we'll pull it up. We'll pull it up for the listeners for next week's show.
Okay.
We can maybe pull up a little maybe for one of the shows coming up a top 10 injuries that we've seen. Can include Mike Perry's nose in that.
Yes, why not?
Sweet. Excellent, guys. Well, I think that wraps up today's show.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Looking
much,
forward
guys.
to the weekend, boys.
Thank you. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Jared.
Yeah.
Listeners,
No,
we
thank you.
We see that there's 1,000 of you there. There's only 2 likes on the YouTube video. Give us likes. Put some subscribes up there.
That's
Let's
it.
go.
That's it, yeah. More from the corner coming at you next week. Look forward to the fights this weekend. Be safe out there, and we will see you next week.
Sweet.
Cheers. Peace.
From the corner. Yeah. Sometimes your stock is just higher.
I'm telling you, that's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
That's probably one of the worst things I've ever heard. Let's move on.
Just like that. From